You were impressed by it?
Yeah, but not that it was good, but that it was so... I can't explain.
Out of place?
It felt out of place, meaningless, and...
oh, you mean because it's bad?
Yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah. Hi, and welcome back to a new episode of Movie Time. And today we have been watching Big Ass Spider.
Yeah.
This movie was released in 2013. And what is it about?
Well, the title kind of says it all.
Well, it's a big ass spider.
On the loose.
On the loose, yeah. But it's basically a military project gone wrong, per se.
Yeah.
And they kind of experiment with some alien features and with regular Earth spiders, I think. And then for some reason it gets loose in the city. And they try to destroy it, of course.
Yes.
With the help of our characters, Alex and Jorge.
Jose.
Is it Jose?
Jose.
Jose.
Jose, okay.
Jose.
My Spanish pronunciation isn't that good. Doesn't matter, my English sucks as well. Doesn't matter that either. But, okay, so what do you think about Alex and Jorge?
Jose.
Jose?
Thing about them is that I don't think they're bad actors, like, per se, but I think that the script they got to work with was so bad in this movie that their characters are bad.
This main character, Alex, he was in Heroes,
Yeah,
right?
he's the biggest role, I think, before this is...
yeah, and you thought he was very good there.
I liked him a lot in Heroes. I think he was one of the better actors in that series.
Yeah, and that was overall pretty good.
Yeah, it's decent at least.
Yeah, okay. And based on that, we might blame the script or the directing.
Yeah.
Probably the script.
Because his acting in this movie is really nothing worth talking about, really. It's just cringy and over the top, and yeah, that's basically it.
What do you think about Jose then?
Well, he's made to be like this stereotypical Mexican guy.
Yeah, like really stereotypical, like really...
They
really...
even have, at some point, when he comes to the rescue, they play like this Spanish maracas music.
Yeah.
Like,
and he talks about the Quincera, which is like a birthday for 15-year-olds, I think. And they're like all the references that's a Mexican. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm surprised that he doesn't drink tequila sometimes during the movie, but perhaps I missed that.
Yeah.
But what do you think about the relationship between Alex and Jose then? Where do they meet up to start with?
Well, I guess we should go into the plot a bit then with some details that Alex is in this hospital, and at the same time when he's there, this big spider digs out of a corpse in a morgue and attacks one of the people working there. Yeah,
but to start with, Alex, he's an exterminator.
Yeah,
and he's apparently very good at it, I suppose.
Well, we don't know.
We don't know that, but based on what he's saying himself.
Yeah, but that doesn't account for much.
And he like produces his own poison towards the bugs. So,
I don't know about how it is in USA, but I'm pretty sure that here that's not legal.
No, but he says it's eco-friendly, but I guess he has to say that.
He can say whatever he wants to,
like,
I guess.
Yeah, we can double check that.
No.
But he's an exterminator, of course, and then he goes to the hospital because he gets bitten by a spider, of course.
Yeah, a small spider. Yeah. And then while he's at the hospital, one of the people working at the hospital gets attacked by this really big spider. And Alex says, I can take care of it for you if you, like...
Pay for my
hospital bill. So,
yes.
Yeah, that's how he gets involved.
I think that Alex is the winner out of that deal.
I think so too. And Jose, he's a security guard working at the hospital. So the director of the hospital tells him to go with Alex and like guide him and help him take out the spider.
Because he knows his ways around the hospital, and Alex needs some help with that. Mm-hmm. But apparently Jose is also an expert on how the ventilation work, and the the direction of it.
Despite not knowing what a conjunction is.
Which is pretty strange. What kind of security guard will know how the ventilation pipes go?
Yeah, okay, so they like instantly develop this kind of,
They even call it like a Batman and Robin thing.
Yeah, but they instantly start to joke with each other.
Yeah, they kind of bond directly.
Yeah, bond directly, exactly.
Yeah.
They, for some reason, start think about Mario and Luigi, but maybe that's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do mention a lot of sidekicks, like as a running joke before they start. So I think they are like try to joke by about themselves, about the movie in that case too. So yeah, it could basically have been like a Mario Luigi thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Introduced a bit later, or actually not that very much later, but Major Braxton and Lieutenant Carly Brandt.
Yeah.
Major Braxton is, his title says, a major for the American military.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's the lieutenant. She works under him. They are aware that this spider has been released into the public, and they try to like cover it down and just to remove it or kill it, like, and without the for the people to know about it. And so they also go to the hospital, and they meet Alex there and Jose, of course. This rivalry begins right away, because Alex, since he's an exterminator, he thinks that he's right for the job, and since the major knows what he has released into the public, he kind of thinks that he needs to take care of it. And I gotta take the major's side here.
I mean, why wouldn't you see it from his perspective? He knows that they unleash some kind of spider monster upon the world, and this guy working as some kind of exterminator comes like, I get to care of it. I have done this before.
No offense, but it's quite a big difference from what you usually do in your daily job.
We don't want to cheat on any occupation, but I think there's a major difference of a regular bug and an alien/human bug. I would say not human,
alien monster bug.
Yeah, exactly. So, and the rivalry starts, and Alex and Jose decides to take care of it by himself, and the major and his crew decides to take care of it themselves, and they kind of follow each other in the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean,
they go from place to place, and they always end up at the same place. So,
what do you think about the Major Braxton and Lieutenant Carly?
I think Major Braxton, or whatever his name is, I think he did the best job out of all of the actors, I think. Even though he's kind of cringy from time to time as well, especially at the end.
I know that guy is a really good actor too, though I can't remember his name. I remember him from Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
And I guess Lieutenant Carly Brandt, or whatever, she is okay, but nothing to write home about.
I mean, she's there for one reason, and it's to create a love story between her and Alex.
Yeah.
I mean, they even, like, in the beginning, pushes it on the public that he's single. I mean, that's, like, really important for the story.
It comes in, like, the first minutes.
Exactly. It takes care of a bug or a vermin or whatever it is. And then the lady's like, why are you single? And it's like, yeah, it's... Like, appropriate small talk.
Then he starts, when he gets to the hospital, he starts to hit on every woman he sees.
Yeah, he's like super desperate.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why he's single, because he really comes off as a freaking creep.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't date him either.
Desperate creep.
Yeah.
Should we move into the spoiler section? Because it's really hard to talk about it, because, I mean, it's a lot of cringe scenes.
Not that there's much to spoil.
Yeah, I was also thinking that we have kind of covered the story already, so...
Yeah, but it's really hard to talk about.
Yeah,
because it's hard to talk about it, because, it's more about the scenes and the script.
Let's take the last details then, so spoilers from here on.
Yeah, exactly. Let's move into the spoiler section.
One thing that stood out is that the music in this movie feels so out of place.
Yeah.
It's really, really strange.
Yeah, I wonder the choice of the music in some cases. You know, when the spider is climbing up towards this building, and they have some sort of, is it punk?
I think it sounded like 90s punk.
Yeah,
music.
exactly. It's like
Yeah, it got something like that.
It's really off-putting because you're only like focusing on the music because it's so really bad. It doesn't really fit the scene
it doesn't
at all.
fit at all. And then they have, like, when he's supposed to be a hero, they make some kind of weird Superman wannabe music when he is like trying to go and save her or whatever. And that felt cringy as well, I thought.
I mean, we're going to say the word cringe a lot because this is super embarrassing. I mean, I can watch movies and bad movies, as you know, and laugh about certain bits, even if it's good or bad. But this movie was just like really hard to watch. It was like they were trying to be funny, but you could like not really relate at all, and you just like want to put your face down your palms.
Alex was written as a very cringy character. Like almost all his lines were like,
It was like stupid jokes with the Jose guy.
Yeah,
that was all it was.
Or hitting awkwardly on women.
Yeah,
exactly.
And it's like never once did he take the whole thing seriously, and it just felt so strange, even if it was a comedy.
I don't know if it's supposed to be a scary or if it's supposed to be a comedy. If it's supposed to be scary, it failed on that part, and if it's supposed to be funny, it failed on that part.
I think it's supposed to be like a 50-50 thing. I think it's supposed to be like a comedy scary thing. They're supposed to be scary because they do the jump scares things, and that's like a typical easy scary movie.
I must have missed all of the jump scares.
Yeah,
but
like
2 or something.
Yeah, but
jump scares.
Yeah,
in quotation marks.
They tried it.
Well, they were kind of literal jump scares because they were usually about the spider jumping out from somewhere.
Yeah, literally jump scares. Yeah.
It starts out like kind of a alien wannabe movie because the little spider is in the ventilation shafts and attacking hospital patients and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it grows, it turns into a King Kong or Godzilla movie. Or something.
And of course it needs to climb on top of the biggest building.
Yeah, and it swats out helicopters like King Kong.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
what the hell? I mean, there are so many different ways to take out this spider when it's small. It has like 5 faces or so. When it's between 1 and 3, I think it's pretty small still. And when it's 4 and 5, it's big. Mm-hmm. The 5th is when she wants to lay eggs or something. Yeah. So during these first phases, when it's really small, it kind of gets away in small spaces and whatnot. I guess you can buy that. But when it starts to be bigger, like a car, come on, just drive over it or shoot it with something.
Yeah.
But it's like rejecting everything. They try to shoot on it like numerous times. They use like kind of shotguns and machine guns, and it never works. But they tried like 4 or 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
And there's even in the last scene, guys standing on the ground shooting towards the building with the same guns when it doesn't work.
Yeah.
They even tried to kill it with a missile. And
a lot of wasted ammo and lives.
Yeah, the military didn't handle this operation well.
I mean, they're supposed to have tanks and stuff. Why won't they use that?
Yeah, we didn't see one tank.
Not to mention that apparently they have bazookas, because one is shown in the ending.
Yeah.
But they never used that before.
No, they could use that to begin with. When it's like as a car, just shoot it with a...
Yeah.
What a curse. Say like a F word. No, I mean, it was really annoying, because... if you want to make this kind of movie, you must make it like in some way that you have reacted or tried stuff.
Yeah, but it fails on both horror and comedy, which is a really, really bad combination, because it really doesn't do much new at all, and nothing. It's nothing special at all.
No.
It's just lame.
And it's like always the same kind of jokes.
Yeah.
It's like Alex says something and Jose something in like with the Mexican accent, and then he says something again. Alex. It's like it goes back and forth, and it's bad jokes, and it's just cringe.
And they play a lot on the Mexican jokes.
Yeah, he's the comic relief of the movie, and they try to like, I don't even know if you need one, I mean, of course he needs like a sidekick, but
Well, I would have been relieved if there was comedy in this movie at all, but there is not.
no, there's several attempts, I think. But okay, let's skip that. If we talk about something that's good about the movie, we need to say something good.
It was only 77 minutes.
Yeah, but if we, yeah,
but it still felt like 2 hours.
Yeah. But if we talk about something I thought was good, I think the camera work and I think the editing of the movie is pretty good. There's nothing like amateur about the editing.
No, and it's still kind of impressive that they got kind of big actors, not the biggest actors, but still noticeable actors.
Yeah. But then they had to read the script and think it was a good idea because there's a lot of good actors on paper here.
Yeah.
So they had to like feel like the script was pretty good. Yeah, I would say.
Is
it the director's fault then?
I have no idea who directed this even. It says a Mike Mendez film.
He wrote, he directed it and he edited the movie. And then,
well, he should probably do something else.
No, I think the editing was good. I mean, there was nothing.
Well,
I didn't.
You should stick to that.
I didn't think that the story was hard to follow or any unnecessary scenes in that way. I thought the scenes were stupid, but I didn't think that in a storyline base it worked. I think.
Yeah, but it's just annoying that we've seen it all before.
Yes. I mean, the jokes and all that, we have seen that before, but I think he did a good job with the camera work and editing. The thing I didn't really like was the way that built up the CGI. I mean, of course it's expensive, I get that, and they probably didn't have much money to do this, but you know it's hard to see when it just filmed like a regular scene and then add smokes and stuff with afterwards. I think it looks cheap, and the fires were also CGI. Every fire was CGI. There was nothing real.
No,
and it looks fake overall.
It does. The visuals are not very impressive at all.
It has a fake filter all over the
exactly. It would be fun to see the movie without the effects. I mean, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. What do you think about the CGI on the spider?
It's okay.
Okay.
They made it black for a reason.
Yeah.
So we won't see all the...
They try to like remove the details and stuff. And it's easier to make anything black. Then it's easier to apply, I think. Spider is probably pretty intelligent and has some sort of...
That's the thing. It does a lot of things that no normal spider should be able to do.
Yeah, exactly. Because there is in the beginning, Alex, the exterminator, he throws like a coin at him for some reason. Nobody knows why, but he throws a coin, and the spider grabs the coin and runs away with it.
Yeah, he says the spiders like shiny things. I don't know if that's true.
I don't even know that's true.
I didn't know that.
I have never heard of that.
Sounds weird. Why should it like shiny things?
And there's also a strange thing in the beginning where it's still small that it seems to be able to like break lamps in the rooms they're in, even flashlights.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but the really funny part is, or whatever you want to call it, when the spider uses the quarter as bait itself.
Yeah, that's what I mean when it's super intelligent. Yeah. It knows about the human will to get money for free.
Yeah.
So it kind of hangs it as a bait in a cave or something.
It's heading out in the sewers, I think.
Yeah, the sewers, yeah.
And it hangs this quarter down from its webs, and then a homeless guy comes walking in the sewers and he sees the quarter and he wants to grab it, so the spider attacks him while tries to grab that.
And throws some acid on him.
Yeah, sprays him with acid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he dies instantly.
I mean, I was kinda impressed by that scene, but I don't know why.
You were impressed by it?
Yeah, but not that it was good, but that it was so... I can't explain.
Out of place?
It felt out of place, meaningless, and...
oh, you mean because it's bad?
Yeah, it's really bad.
I thought you would say something good about it. Okay, you mean that it's impressive that it made it so bad?
Yeah, exactly. I was trying that Simon Cowell thing.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I mean, that's a stupid scene because
Why would the homeless person just grab the coin and then when it gets a tag, not let go of either his bag or the coin?
I mean, I think his hand is stuck around the web. I think that's why he doesn't let go.
But he has another hand.
Yeah, then he has his hand on the bag, and for some reason he doesn't really. He drops his bag and fight the spider. He just waits to be eaten, I guess.
Yeah.
When the spider goes on a rampage at the Quinceañera or whatever it's called, the spider runs along and eats a lot of people. It's like super many people. It just sprays web on them and grabs them and eats them whole. And he does that like a lot. And then
like 20 people.
Yeah, even more, I would say. And then for some reason, our star of the movie, Lieutenant Carly Brandt, one of the two in the love story, when she gets hit by the web, he just like grabs her and runs away with her. Why?
I don't know.
Because she's an important character.
Yeah, but it makes no sense.
Because Alex is supposed to care or something. I don't know. It's just bad.
Yeah, and she's alive, of course, and no one expected something else. I mean, the ones in the movie are, of course, surprised when they find out that she's still alive. And the Major sends his best man to try to retrieve her again, Mr. Alex the Exterminator.
Yeah, I kind of expected that the spider, because now when it gets her to the building, it's laying its eggs inside the building.
Yeah,
I was kind of expecting that the spider would have laid like an egg inside of her or something. That would be more interesting than the thing that happened.
Yeah, but then she would have died. And it would
I know, but that would have been cool at least.
Yeah. I think it would be cool if it just blew up the building.
That would have been the coolest.
Yeah, with Alex in it.
Because they were talking that they were going to do an airstrike on the building to stop both spider and the eggs that it had laid inside the building. And that would have been a good ending to it. Actually, just blew up everything, including main characters.
It would have been a surprising ending, at least.
Yeah.
It wouldn't give
not like the ending we got.
The thing about this movie is that it's so predictable to the point where this whole thing felt just tedious to watch.
You can't say that you expected the ending after the credits. That extra scene.
After scene credits was it.
Okay, that extra scene I did not expect.
And I did not want.
No. It's the scene we didn't expect and didn't want.
That is like the cringiest thing ever filmed on camera. Okay, so in the end, they're at this high building, and the spider has laid her egg there. And the Major finds out that Lieutenant Carly Brandt is still alive and sends Alex to retrieve her, as we said before. And he drives over there in 20 minutes, I think. Even should have taken like 3 hours or so. Doesn't matter. And he and Jose goes in the building and takes the elevator up. I don't know why he would take an elevator up when it's like a chaos in the building.
And it's a pretty strange scene because when they take the elevator up, they are like listening to music, they're standing there dancing.
Yeah,
that's also
that's also one of the comic things that they try.
It's supposed to be funny.
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun.
But it's just cringe.
It feels so out of place that it just feels cringe and strange.
They want to play on like the surreal thing that, oh my god, there's chaos and here are two people, the heroes, just like.
But it just makes them look insane.
Yeah, but that's what they're trying to do. But yes, it fails.
It's like when you watch. I've seen on YouTube like they have, from comedy shows, and they remove the laughing track from the comedy scenes. Yeah. They just look like psychopaths.
Exactly.
All of them.
So you can imagine this movie that they remove the laughing tracks. I think.
Yeah.
I think it would be better with laughing tracks.
Yeah. It probably couldn't hurt. No. Couldn't make it worse.
Then we would have known when to laugh, because now we didn't.
No, it was kind of hard.
Either way, they come up in the tallest building and they go outside. The elevator works fine. It comes out in the spider's nest. There's a lot of spider eggs there. And she lays on the floor, and Jose tell Alex to set her free, of course, and Jose runs to set other guys free. And during the time that Alex moves from the space that him and Jose are at, Jose released 3 people, I think.
Something like that.
And Alex haven't even gotten to Charlie or Carly. Which is also really funny. In a bad way.
Yeah.
And of course, he releases her, and there's some supposed to be cool scenes where they fight spiders and shoot spiders and whatnot. Yeah, and I think they take the elevator down again, right?
I guess so.
Yeah, because
at least we don't have to watch that.
No, but they took the elevator down, and keep in mind that there's still a lot of small spiders that are newly hatched. Yeah, so they're still there, but they took the elevator down, so they're like free. And then Major gives the airstrike an okay, and they shoot the spider with a missile. The spider falls to the ground and it lays there, and everybody's celebrating. Yeah, because the spider is supposedly dead. Yada yada yada. It's not dead.
Yeah.
Surprise. And it was easy to see through this because in the way to create like a basic movie like this, with easy jokes and stuff with that, is that that the heroes in quotation are supposed to be the heroes and are supposed to kill it. So it was easy to see that. And they try to play it that the viewer is supposed to feel like, okay, now they kill it. But if they were to show us with that ending, let's say that they did kill it with the airstrike, it would be a very bad ending, like really anticlimactic.
Not that it was much better.
No, but that would been worse, a lot worse.
I guess so. But at least the movie would have ended soon.
Yeah. Would have been like 75 minutes instead.
Yeah.
So the spider is not dead, and the spider arises, and now the cool scene with Alex and Jose starts.
Yeah, they're running in slow motion and throwing bazookas.
Yeah, dodge legs and acid and whatnot, and Jose throws a bazooka to Alex, which I thought when he threw it that he would catch it.
Yeah,
but he just threw
threw it on the ground. And I was like, okay, and then he goes to get it.
Yeah, that was also really weird. Was that a joke?
I don't know. It was pointless either way.
Yeah, I think it's a joke.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. He takes up the bazooka and aims for the behind of the spider because he wants to blow up his butt.
And when he fires it, then he screams, "Up yours!"
Yeah, that's his choice of a one-liner. And I mean, when they came up with the idea of blowing up the spider from behind, they say it like 3 or 4 times. So the director or the scriptwriter must have thought that was really, really funny, that they were going to blow up the spider through its butt. Jose says it like too many times.
To be fair, it's not a horrible idea.
No, it's not the idea that's
I know what you mean.
It's just annoying.
Yeah, it's annoying how they make that joke over and over.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna shoot it in the butt.
You can like really imagine them sitting in a room and doing like a script read, and everybody's laughing. Let's do this.
Yeah, and then the spider blows up and is dead.
Yeah, it's finally dead.
And then the movie is basically over.
Yeah, and of course Carly and Alex, the kisses, the most forced love story ever.
Yeah,
they have,
except maybe the one from Thor.
Yeah, okay, good point. But Alex and Carly hasn't known each other for a long time.
No.
We're talking about hours. I think is it 12 hours?
Yeah, it says
it's
like
12
in the
hours.
beginning, 12
it is
hours.
12 hours, I think, and even less. No, perhaps 12. Doesn't matter.
About
A very
12 hours.
very short period of time at least. But they go from hating each other to love each other. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know Alex. He takes every girl he can get.
Okay, so the movie ends. And they still don't blow up the building, which is full of spider eggs, which I thought was weird. I wanted closure on that as well.
Exactly.
And they just, we're not going to do that.
No, screw that.
The big spider's dead, so what's to worry about?
And so they should have blown up the building. They should have used. They have 2 airplanes. They should have used the second one to just blow up the building.
So then the credits show up, and then there's all of a sudden an after credits scene, and I thought, oh, maybe now they are going to take care of the spider eggs.
I thought so too.
But no, it was worse.
It's something even worse. You can't imagine what. Who wants to say it? I don't want to say it.
You say it.
Okay, so the Major calls Alex. Hey, listen, son, we're proud of you, but now we have an even bigger problem. How are you at handling like big cockroaches? Or whatever he said, something like that.
And you can see in the background on like the screens this big cockroach.
Yeah, climbing up the Liberty.
The Statue of Liberty.
Yeah. Oh my god.
The cringe never stops.
Oh my god, that was the worst. I put in my hands for my... I put my head for my hands.
You're face palming.
Yeah, face palming just thinking about it. It was so bad.
Well, at least now the movie is over. We never have to see it again.
Ever go to
it was fun because when it ended with the Jack Spider dying and the movie just ended like that, we're like, well, this ending was horrible. And then that after scene came, and we're like, okay, they managed to make it even worse.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Very anticlimactic.
How
bad and cringy.
What did you think? What are you thinking about?
I don't know.
Bringing that scene into the movie. It made no sense. It was really big. We shouldn't get down that rabbit hole. We should just accept that.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a big cockroach too. They accidentally released a big spider,
whatever.
and also accidentally released an
So
alien
maybe it's
cockroach.
so instead of a Martian spider, now it's like a Saturnus cockroach or whatever.
Yeah,
Who
okay, it
cares?
doesn't matter. Planet Earth are full of giant bugs that no one is aware of.
Yeah, from outer space.
Yeah.
That the military is just letting loose everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're too incompetent to stop them.
Yeah. Exactly. Thank God for Alex the Exterminator.
Yeah.
Our hero.
Yeah, because he was smart enough to use the bazooka that the military had.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that they themselves didn't use.
In the trunk. Just opened the trunk and there was a bazooka.
Yeah, because apparently the soldiers were like, no, I'm gonna keep using this assault rifle. Yeah. Sooner or later it's gonna work.
Exactly. We just need to hit him right in the eye.
Okay, so should we go to like what we think about the movie?
Yeah, let's rate the movie. Let's rate it.
I don't know.
It's hard to rate it.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I need to keep in mind that I usually whine a lot of consistency and that the story is hard to follow or something like that, but
it's very straightforward.
The positive thing about it is that it is straightforward, it is easy to follow, there's no unnecessary characters. I think they brought the right amount of characters. I think
like four and 4+.
Yeah, there is one annoying character. It's a John Hammond character. He's the one who created the spider. Doesn't matter. He doesn't have like a real role in this. He's just like whining in the background, basically. Like I'm doing now. Yeah. And but the hard thing that you need to watch this movie besides that is of course the script and the jokes and the meaningless conversation that they have and the character development that doesn't exist. It's just the same from the scene 1 until the end of the scene. The only thing that develops is the relationship between Alex and the Major. That it's very flat. It's very flat, and I don't like the scenery that they have built up and adding the smoke afterwards. They don't do much real. It's not much real props that they're using or anything like that. So with that said, I'm going to give it a 3. 3 out of 10. I mean, I hated this movie.
Well, for me, it was easy to follow, but that's also because it was super predictable and it did nothing new, and everything it tried to do, it just did worse than everything else it tried to copy. And also, the cringe was so overwhelming. It wasn't like we barely had like 2 minutes of non-cringe in this movie ever. There was a cringe after cringe after cringe.
Yeah, I did some deep breathing sometimes in order to like.
Yeah,
I wish I had a paper bag. I could
we were
breathe
just
into
sitting there moaning through this fucking movie. I don't know. It was really bad, but it looks decent, so I wanted to give it a 3, but I can't justify it. I have to give it a 2.
Yeah, it's 2, yeah.
Before I grade it, I had a thought that I want you to think about too. Consider this, that the first scene is like, it shows the future because it shows the spider when it's already this giant spider on top of the building.
I didn't like that.
Yeah, and it's a giant spider on the cover of the movie, so we knew it would come a giant spider. But consider that it wasn't like that. That starting scene wasn't there, and it wasn't like that on cover. So during the whole movie, we wouldn't actually know that it would become this giant spider, because then we would have this thought that maybe they would be able to stop it before it grew into that big spider.
Yeah.
Do you think you would like the movie more then?
No. Because that wasn't the problem.
No.
I mean, I don't like that kind of way that you build movies. Because if we talk about that way, can you get say a good example of when it works in a movie?
No.
Why do we need to have like, oh, how did I get here scene in the beginning?
Yeah, the thing is that someone else said that prologue movies are pointless because you already know what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same, that you don't need those kind of things because then you know what's going to happen. So it makes like the things that shows how you get there kind of pointless because you already know what's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
You care less at least.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't see a reason, even in this movie either, why they chose to do it like that.
No. I think movies are almost always better when they go from point A to point B without jumping around a lot. But for some reason, a lot of movies want to do that anyway.
I think they want to be like cool and
do they
unique.
want to build up like an anxiety? Oh, that's a big spider. Jesus Christ.
I don't know.
And then it goes back to like the regular, normal life of him, and we just think about the spider. We don't care about the movie, just thinking about the spider.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
still didn't like this movie at all.
Well, yeah, I always thought this movie was boring, predictable, cringy, and not funny. And I keep comparing it to 4 because this and 4 are Almighty 4, I think the full title is.
Yeah, Almighty Thor.
They are the worst movies we've seen on this podcast, and
I think Robert Geisha will.
But it still had high points.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I gave 4 2 out of 10. And anyway, I'm gonna give this 2.5 out of 10
No,
because I
you
think
can't do that.
I can do that. I can.
So we round down, so it's a 2.
Yeah. 2.5. I give
It doesn't deserve a 3.
Then it's a 2.
Yeah.
No, it's 2.5.
No.
Yes.
Okay, so Adam says 2.5, and that's his.
Then you said 3 and I said 2, so it's basically a 2.5 movie.
Yeah, okay. I can accept that.
Yeah.
Finally, it's over.
Yes.
Thank you for listening to this.
I hope you never have to watch the movie.
Yeah, don't watch it.
Don't watch it, no.
It's enough to listen to this.
We
Yes.
did it, so you don't have to.
I hope you hear it in our voices. How
We're-
much we dislike it.
We're the mythbusters of bad movies.
Yeah. Okay, with that said, see you next time.
Bye.